Year on year, we know what the date is going to be. We know that it's always this last Saturday in October. So understanding that, we sort of start planning usually just after the last year's event for next year. We look at making sure we've got all the hotel and the castle understand that we're definitely coming back, and that when we're going to put tickets on sale, looking at things like promoting it, and then as well working with the live stream team to make sure that we can resource that so that our audience that we've built up around the world can be able to access this brilliant day of piping like they have been for, I think it must be 10 or 11 years now we've been live streaming the event.
In our ear have live streamed the Glenfiddich Piping Championship since 2012, which is when we started working with the National Piping Centre, mostly on live programme making, live streaming, firstly some of Piping Live and then the mighty Glenfiddich.
So the live stream has definitely been a driver for people actually coming here. We've seen a lot more groups from Canada coming, we've had visitors from Australia, the Netherlands, Germany, Denmark, people who have said that they watched it on the live stream and that just gave them the added impetus to want to be here. They'd seen the hall, they'd seen the performances, and they actually wanted to experience the magic of that live. And then also to be able to come to the Ceilidh afterwards, which is a private event, but people can buy tickets. So actually seeing the event through the day online, then they knew they could come here, get their tickets through the online ticketing in advance and buy their Ceilidh tickets and have that kind of bucket list experience of coming to the Glenfiddich Piping Championship.
We've always had a similar approach actually, because there are only so many ways that we can cover it inobtrusively, because our ambition is to be to do the very best we can without intruding in the event at all and being very discreet. So we've got three or four cameras in the hall usually. Then the sound comes from actually the BBC team who records the programme for radio.
You've got to keep a rotation going, I think, for the camera operators up high in the balcony when you've got a few hundred people in the hall and the heat rises up. Operating the camera can get quite tricky after you've done a few pibrochs, so we keep a good rotation going.
Finally, a few years ago, it was only quite recently, the castle was able to get optical broadband, so it transformed the connectivity from the winging a prayer that it used to be to catch up with or overtake quite a lot of connections and venues around the country.
My very first year was 1978, and I haven't missed a year since. So it's 47 years of perfect attendance, you might say. I didn't realise that a solo bagpipe could be so loud, and multiply that by 10, and all playing different tunes in the tuning rooms, and I thought my head was going to burst. But I did thoroughly enjoy it. And well, that was the seed that was sown for my enthusiasm for all of the rest of them. This wasn't my real job, because my history is in finance, but I joined William Grant & Sons as assistant to the PR manager. I started to deal with lots of other sponsorships. There was the Open Golf, there was the Glenfiddich Hockey, the Living Scotland Awards, not just piping. And they eventually moved the PR function from Glasgow to Piccadilly. And Sandy Grant Gordon decided that he didn't want any of his PR done from the south, and he appointed me as his go-to. And it's just lasted from there.
The interest has been astounding. It's been really fantastic and heartwarming to see that so many people are really keen to come and support this event.
The audience was so passionate about what we were doing and so excited to be able to see the competition for the first time that opened it up to the world. And it was really, there was a real buzz around seeing where everyone was watching from and joining in that. Suddenly this community exploded from the 400 or so people who can attend the event in person, and then it became something truly global.
with this being the 50th anniversary, it's got an added prominence, and I think people just want to be here to experience it. And especially after the COVID pandemic, we're still coming back into that. People want to have those life experiences that they sort of thought they would put off. So I think this has come a perfect storm of a big anniversary, some amazing players that are going to take part in it. I think we've only got one first-timer this year, and the fact that it's the 50th anniversary and people wanting to have those experiences again has made it a really special year. And I think there's going to be some amazing music and a brilliant audience, and it's just going to be one of those very special Glenfiddich years.